The day began like any other on Russia's remote Kamchatka Peninsula. The rugged, volcanic landscape slumbered under the late July sun. But deep beneath the cold waters of the Pacific, an immense pressure that had been building for centuries was about to find its release. At 1:47 in the afternoon, local time, without warning, the ground began to shudder. This was no ordinary tremor, it was the violent birth of a colossal seismic event. The shaking started as a low rumble, a deep vibration that seemed to emanate from the very core of the planet, quickly escalating into a convulsive roar that shook buildings to their foundations and sent terrified residents spilling into the streets. This was a moment of pure primal force. The ground did not just shake, it liquefied. It rolled in sickening waves, tossing cars as if they were toys and cracking the earth open in jagged fissures. Inside homes, furniture danced across floors, shelves emptied their contents in a chaotic crash. The sound was deafening, a symphony of destruction composed of grinding earth, snapping power lines, and the collective screams of a population caught in nature's terrifying grip. For a full 2 minutes, the world was chaos. The earthquake, later officially designated a staggering 8.8 on the Richter scale, was a monster unleashed. The ground had barely settled before it began to tremble again. The first aftershock, a powerful 6.3 magnitude jolt, struck just minutes after the main quake. In Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky, emergency footage would later show rescuers carefully inspecting damaged kindergartens and schools, the brightly colored walls now scarred with deep cracks. The creation of a tsunami is a process of immense and terrifying power, born from the violent displacement of the seafloor. When the 8.8 magnitude earthquake struck, a vast section of the tectonic plate beneath the Pacific Ocean violently thrust upwards, displacing a colossal column of water above it. Instead, it radiates outwards from the epicenter in a series of powerful waves, traveling silently and almost imperceptibly across the deep ocean at speeds comparable to a jet airliner. In the deep ocean, a tsunami is a ghost. A boat on the surface might only notice a slight, gentle swell as the wave passes beneath it. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center, a global nerve center for seismic sea waves, issued its most urgent alerts within minutes of the quake. Sirens blared, their piercing wails cutting through the post-quake confusion. A sound that signals a primal instruction: run, run for higher ground. In Japan, a nation with a deep and painful history of tsunamis, the warnings were taken with the utmost seriousness. The entire northern coastline was placed under a tsunami warning. The port town of Severokurilsk, located on the Kuril Islands just south of the earthquake's epicenter, was directly in the tsunami's primary path. Then, the ocean returned with a vengeance. It was not a cresting, surfing wave, but a rapidly rising, churning wall of water, thick with sediment and debris. This monstrous wall of water slammed into the port with incredible force, overwhelming seawalls and surging deep into the town. The port, the lifeblood of the community of 2,000 people, was completely inundated. The devastation was swift and absolute. As the tsunami propagated across the Pacific, its impact was recorded in communities thousands of miles from the epicenter. In Japan, frothy white waves washed up on the shores of Hokkaido. Further east, the coast of California witnessed the tsunami's arrival in the dead of night. Small but measurable waves were recorded in Monterey Bay and San Francisco. The 2025 Kamchatka earthquake and tsunami stand as a profound lesson in the raw power of our planet. Ranked as the joint sixth strongest earthquake ever recorded by modern instruments, the Earth has spoken, and its message is clear. We must listen, we must learn, and we must be prepared. For the forces that shaped our world are still at work, and they will undoubtedly be felt again.